Welcome to my quick gel polish ice cream nail tutorial. So today here I will be showing you guys how to replicate this here ice cream using only gel polish. That's right, only gel polish, no acrylic, just gel polish. And this look is actually easier than what you think. So I'm just going to wipe off my little nail swab here with alcohol. And I'm taking my light color brown gel polish here. It's called light something. Light macaroon, some weird. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to put it just right at the tip of the nail, creating like an ice cream cone shape. And look how I'm placing my brush. Right at the top there, I'm kind of like creating like a U at the top of the cone. And on top of that, that's where the ice cream scoops are going to actually sit here. And I apologize. I was having troubles with getting my camera to focus in. But I actually bring it up closer for you guys to see what it is that I'm doing here. So now I just popped it into the curing light. I'm going to speed it up here in a second. All right, so I popped it into the curing light to cure that first layer that I put down for the ice cream cone. And then I'll take it out and I use like a darker color polish to create the little stripes in the cone to give it like, I guess a little detail effect. Little detail. So I'm just taking a little bit of my darker brown, getting it ready for the stripes. And then I'm going to take my stripe brush here and get my stripe brush ready. I like using a stripe brush or the line brush for like detail work. And I like clean mine off with like alcohol before I start to get the bristles all nice and, together. I'm just going to brush the little tip of the nail brush here through my gel polish here, making sure I don't pick up too much polish. Zoom in so you guys can see how much polish I actually have on it. You see how it doesn't have like a bubble on the end? That means if you see a little bubble, that means you have too much polish. You don't want a bubble at the end. You don't want it to drip everywhere. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit more, making sure it's saturated. And I'm just going to come in and like an angle and like a diagonal and create a bunch of diagonal stripes. Then once I'm done with that, I'm going to create a bunch of diagonal stripes going in the opposite way, giving it the crisscross effect for like the waffle cone effect. So just watch how I do those stripes and diagonal. And I really like this liner brush because it helps keep, your lines nice and even. And also when I'm using this liner brush, I like to use a fulcrum finger, which is basically a finger to help keep your hand nice, steady, and balanced while you're creating lines. So you can have nice, even lines. So I'm just going back in the opposite direction, creating that crisscross effect as you can see here. All right, then once I'm done doing that, I'm going to pop it into the curing light and speed up the time here. Adding a little bit more. Put that in the light. Let that cure for 60 seconds or less. And then I'm actually going to take my white polish here. This is called white caulk, I believe. I'm going to use that to kind of highlight a little bit in the cone. Make sure you clean off your brush too. Never leave any products in your brush. Want to keep your brushes in as best condition shape as possible. You don't want your bristles to get flared out, any of that. All right, so I'm just taking a little bit of white, picking that up, getting ready for my nails sample here once it comes out to add a little highlights to the cone area. I'm about to speed it up. All right, so basically I'm just adding little highlights right on top of the crisscross lines, not all over, I'm just picking select areas as you can see here. You see how it kind of makes it pop like a natural highlight? I just pop that back into the curing light. Clean off my brushes again. I'm going to repeat this process as many times as you have to avoid any polish hardening up in your brush. So this is the next color. It's like a pink I'm going to use for my first scoop of ice cream here, okay? And it's really easy. So I'm just waiting for that to come out the curing light. I'm going to speed it up.
I'm pretty good with this stuff.
You know what? I could just ask breakfast sandwiches.
All right, that looks good. Now I'm taking that pink and I'm doing my first little ice cream scoop. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking my brush and I'm just creating like another little ball shape, a circle basically, a little U, the shape of an ice cream cone. And I'm just using the tip of my bristle to kind of create the little drip effect. Just kind of dragging the polish down, create the little drip. And making sure I got a nice little arch for the scoop of ice cream here. Going back into my bottle, just kind of create some more drip. The tip of my brush. You can control all the drip. That's the good thing about creating this liquid gel polish. You don't have to work real fast with it because it does not set up without you placing it into the curing light. So just making sure I got my scoop filled in there. See how that looks? Yeah, so you want to do just that and pop that back into the curing light. I'm going to get my next color here. I believe my next color is neon yellow. It's really bright.
Give me a chance to practice my healing.
All right, so I got that out the curing light. I'm going to go back in with my pink. And I'm going to go right back over what I just created to fill it in more and also to kind of create a layer. It creates layers. And with this layer, I'm going to create like a dripple effect as well. See it? I just create another little drip. Pull off the polish on the side there. Pull it off. All right. Looks like I'm going to add some more drip here. So I was pulling the polish off and it kind of got down at the tip of the cone. I actually like it. So I'm just going to fill it in with some more drip. Like it's just dripping down the cone like your actual ice cream does. Fill it in with some more drip here at the tip. All right. A little bit more. Okay. Let's check that out. I'm liking that drip. Drip looking good. So just make sure y'all have it somewhat like that. I'm keeping that shape of the cone. And pop it back into your curing light. And then this neon yellow is actually called Shine Bright or Bright Shine. It's bright. It's a bright yellow. So I'm going to use that for my second scoop. It's going to really make it pop.
You need some rest.
All right. Just getting that ready while that's curing. All right, so I'm taking my bright yellow here and just creating another scoop, making sure I keep that U shape at the top. So I'm just throwing directly at the top of the other scoop and creating drizzle effects as well, using the tip of my brush just to drag the polish down to create my drizzle or my drip. And I'm just kind of filling in. You see where it's kind of translucent looking like, where you can see that black? That's why I'm kind of like going with my brush and kind of doing back and forth just to kind of fill it in using light pressure. But that doesn't matter because I'm coming in with a second scoop to kind of give it a little bit of dimension. I'm going to pop that into the light, let that cure. All right, so I got that out. I'm coming back in with a second coat of my yellow. And I'm just going to use that to go around the scoop to kind of fill it in where it's translucent at. And also to create dimension there with my ice cream. Like it's kind of dripping on each other. Like how it looks when you got a scoop of ice cream and it kind of melts into each other. So I'm just using my brush to kind of give it that dimension and to create more drizzle down the ice cream here.
Yeah, my parents would never allow that. Well, that's what she said.
All right. I think I want a little bit more. Let's see. I'm going to pop that into the light. I'm going to get my second color. The second color I really like. Second color is one of my favorite colors, which is purple, and it's blingy. So let's open up this bottle here to see how it look. I think it's called Purple Platinum. I think that's what the bottle said. Anyway, this is how it looks. It's really pretty. Look at that, y'all. Yes. Love me some purple. I still got my little purple presser on my thumb. It doesn't want to come off. Yeah. I just don't have the patience to sit and soak in that soapy water. All right. So I'm just waiting for that to come out. Then I'm going to add the purple for the last scoop there. And that purple scoop is going to really bring things out. All right, so I'm going in with my purple here, create my last scoop, making sure I keep that nice U shape at the top so that it looks like a scoop of ice cream. So I'm coming in with my lovely purple platinum, or platinum purple, and creating a little drizzle coming down with the tip of my brush, just dragging the polish down, creating drizzle. It looks good.
So funny.
Let me see. I'm gonna clean up around my margin here. Just use a little bit of alcohol to clean that up.
I like taking a walk in the garden.
I think that looks good. Y'all see that? Oh my gosh. You see that purple? Ooh. Let's pop that into the light. All right, so I'm coming back in with my second layer of purple to create dimension and more drip here. Using the tip of my brush to drag the polish around and to create my drip as you see me doing here. Just get it all filled in nicely here. I'm going to use a little bit of my white here to go around the pink ice cream just to kind of highlight some points of the ice cream so it can just pop a little bit more. So I'm just using my little liner brush or my detail brush, stripe brush, whichever you want to call it. And just adding just a little bit of white in select areas here where the pink is. That show it can give it like a highlight effect and it makes it pop more. Take a look at that. I'm going to have a better visual for you guys here in a second. I'm going to pop that in the light, let that cure. I'm going to come over with my top coat. I use Shine E for the top coat. I'm going to use that to top things off, to finish things off, to seal everything in. To give it a nice finish here. All right, so I'm just topping it off with my top coat here, giving it a nice little finish. All right, now the one that's in the hand with the purple thumb is the one we just did, which is to the right. And then the one to the left is the one that was already done. Now look at this. You see how it's so detailed? This is all created with gel polish. I feel like this is a great way to still make your money. You know how you have clients that come in that want all the extra, but they can't afford it. Let's say they like the 3D nail art that you created in acrylic, but necessarily can't afford it. You can downgrade them to it in gel polish and still make you some money. Still be able to satisfy the client needs and want and secure you the bag. Yes, so that's how you make ice cream with gel polish. Thank you.